Hey there, Roblox TDX fans, and welcome back to another Roblox video. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the new Tower Defense X Nightmare Mode trailer on Roblox. Now, first things off, before I go ahead and explain this trailer, I do not own this trailer. It is owned by John Roblox himself, and again, I am not plagiarizing anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and make this video to go ahead and fully overanalyze everything in the Roblox TDX trailer. Now, this would mean a couple of things. Number one is I'm gonna be analyzing all the new towers we're gonna get in the new trailer, and the second thing is all the new enemies. Well, basically all the new towers and all the new enemies, and basically to see if we can analyze any of the lore that happens within this trailer. So yeah, now what I'm also gonna do is go ahead and play the trailer, like showcase the entire trailer, and then I'm going to replay the trailer again and watch it frame by frame to see if we see any like towers and stuff like that. So yeah, and also before we start the trailer, I just want to say that my reactions to this trailer are not fresh. I have indeed seen the Tower Defense X Nightmare Mode trailer over and over again. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and play the trailer, and then I'm going to replay the trailer again and overanalyze it. So, here we go.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Status report. Where is her ship?
No sign, sir.
She may be using stealth tech, sir.
Well, that, once again, the TDX developers did a phenomenal job, or John Roblox did a phenomenal job on this trailer. It looks really cool. I still, if there was one video that I would probably watch, it would most definitely be this one right here.
This is not a car.
There we go. Just go ahead and mute that. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and replay the trailer, but instead, we're going to go frame by frame to analyze anything you have missed. But before we go frame by frame, I'm going to go ahead and play one thing that loads of you guys probably have already noticed throughout the trailer, and that is this. Oh, wait, hold on. I had my volume muted. Sorry about that. Let's just make sure my volume's not muted. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Now, in this first part, we can hear Dr. Xenon. I didn't rewind.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
As you can see in that first part, we could hear Dr. Xenon saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself." Now, I'd like to kind of theorize on what this could mean potentially in the Nightmare Mode trailer, and kind of to just, I don't know, like, not really theorize but analyze what this could possibly mean in the trailer. Now, basically, let's say that we probably already went through Nightmare Mode and we killed all the zombies. We killed all the Eradicators. We killed the Alpha Predator. We killed probably all the Apex Predators. I don't know if there will be any Apex Predators or not. Probably. We killed basically everything that Dr. Xenon had, including all the X-Soldiers and X-Juggernauts and X-Ordinals and basically everything, including all the Eradicators and all the zombies and stuff. So Dr. Xenon has finally completely lost all hope in all her zombies and all her Eradicator robots and basically all of that. And so she has finally decided to come out in the Emperor Eradicator type robot. Once again, I don't know if this is going to be like fully within TDX. It could be in, it could happen, who knows, maybe a cutscene might play of her arriving in the new Emperor Eradicator robot. Again, I really don't know. This is just a theoretical thing that might happen in Roblox TDX. So, anyways, another thing that I'd like to point out here in this TDX trailer is this spaceship, this GDA spaceship. If you don't know what GDA stands for, it stands for Global Defense Army. But is this giant GDA spaceship in the trailer? Now, at first off, I was kind of confused here, but it kind of would make sense, and actually 2 YouTubers actually did explain this spaceship. It was Rogue Ordinary and Null. Rogue Ordinary and Null both made an explanation video of how the GDA and Dr. Xenon both have space tech, and this here is something that is actually officially canon within the TDX universe, and they actually successfully proved that theory, which is kind of, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, at first off, I was like, wait a minute, they're in outer space? What, did they steal a NASA rocket or something? No. They did not steal a NASA rocket. They created their own space tech. So here we have something that is from a theory created by both Null and Rogue Ordinary. You could watch whichever video they have that explains that particular video, that the GDA and both Dr. Xenon have space tech. That is now officially canonically canon within the TDX series. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to the next frame. And yes, I'm going to be playing this on slow speed. Okay, looks like we have another important thing to talk about here. Here we have Advisor looking at a massive TV screen, which appears to be a lot of technology here. I mean, this appears to be the inside of the GDA spaceship, and we're also going to get into the next frame in a second, but I'd like to point out a few things here. The first thing I'd like to explain is this little X up here, and with these 2 question marks. This basically is, I mean, it's kind of just blatantly obvious. Basically, the GDA is looking for Dr. Xenon's spaceship, which at first, again, I kind of was just confused about this. I was like, well, wait a minute. How is Dr. Xenon in space? Well, she basically must have built her own spaceship. So, yeah, basically that's that. Anyways, let me go ahead and continue explaining the going frame by frame once again. Oh yeah, and also another thing I'd like to point out is that in the trailer you could hear Advisor has a different voice. And there's kind of 2 things I'd like to point out. Advisor is not John Roblox. Loads of people get this confused. They think, oh, well, wait a minute, Advisor's John Roblox. No. Advisor is not John Roblox. John Roblox is a different guy. Advisor is the advisor. They are 2 different people. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Here we got a much better scene of the advisor. Here's an Juggernaut right here. I was about to say X-Juggernaut. No, it's not an X-Juggernaut. It's a regular Juggernaut. What I'd like to kind of point out here is I'd like to point out in Null's video, Null kind of just said that the Juggernaut was acting like a bodyguard. And I kind of just thought that was kind of a funny thing, because the Juggernaut, what, did he get downgraded from being the best tower to now being a bodyguard or something? I don't know. That would kind of suck, but again, I really I don't really have any idea if he was a bodyguard. I mean, I don't think he's probably a bodyguard for now, but he's probably going to be out on the battlefield. So, anyways, let's go ahead and continue. We're going to go frame by frame. Okay, now this scene right here, and I paused perfectly right here. But this scene is a bit important because apparently this character right here apparently was from a TV series. I really don't know. A lot of fans are talking about this guy from a TV series that is now being referenced from a TV series, which is in TDX. And I kind of think this is hilarious. And like I said before, they're obviously looking for Dr. Xenon. So yeah. And yes, this video is being played in slow motion. And here we have XWM turret pilot. She's basically saying she's probably using stealth detection. And yeah. So we have both a character from a TV series and also XWM turret pilot looking for Dr. Xenon. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue the rest of the trailer. Okay, now this scene is kind of a bit important. We have a little bit of something to talk about here. Actually, not a little bit. We have more than a little bit to talk about here. Here we have the inside of what appears to be Dr. Xenon's space shuttle. And here we have all the Eradicators. We have Eradicator Mark IV, Eradicator Mark I Combat, we have Eradicator Mark II Plus, we have Eradicator, the regular Eradicator, and we also have this guy right here. Now, part of me thinks this is the first Eradicator Mark II. I kind of want to say it is. A part of me wants to say it's not really Eradicator Mark II. I mean, I want to say it is. It looks almost a lot like it. But this actually probably won't be it, because if we look down at its shoes look a little bit, its feet looks a little bit different. But I think this is either Eradicator Mark II. This is Eradicator Mark II Plus, and we have another Eradicator Mark II Plus right here. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to fight all of these Eradicators. Now, before we get into what purpose this is probably going to serve in Nightmare mode, at first I was like, well, wait a minute, why are all these Eradicators still alive? I thought we all destroyed all these Eradicators in Endless mode. Well, turns out Dr. Xenon must have created she must have created copies of these Eradicators, which is extremely bad because let me fix something here real quick with my alright, here we go. Because it looks like these Eradicator robots are going to be used in Nightmare mode. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, but also pretty bad because we're going to have to face these exact same robots in Nightmare mode. So, yeah. Basically, Nightmare mode is probably going to be pretty much hell. Well, anyways, I've kind of did enough yapping with this scene. Let's go ahead and move on to the next scene right over here. Here, actually, hold on. Let me do something real quick here. Let me actually put it to about 0.5. Kind of make it a little bit fast for you guys. Okay, I'm going to pause this next frame right here. Here we have a new Nightmare mode map. Again, this is specifically Nightmare mode map. I'm just going to go quickly through the trailer here. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is we get a statue of John right here. I think this is one of my favorite things right here, to see the statue of John just holding on. I think he's holding a flag. I don't know if that's supposed to be a GDA or an American flag. I'm actually going to lower the playback speed now again. But he's holding a flag, and he's also holding either a regular deagle or a gun. I don't know if it's either a deagle or a gun. I could be completely wrong. we have a billboard, not a poster, a billboard that says "Finish the fight." This is obviously the GDA propaganda right here, just telling you guys, hey, you got to continue fighting. We also get this thing right here. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, I think this is part of a nightmare mode map that will probably, a tower that will be used. I don't think it's purchasable. I don't know if it's either another, like, statue or something. I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the trailer here. We got all the buildings and wait, hold on. I want to rewind. Of course, hold on. Let me just. Okay. Yes, he was holding a flag right here or something. I don't know. And here we got another part. All right, I'm gonna pause right here because this scene is a little bit important. Here we have a cannon right here that is a GDA cannon. We got two of them right here. We got one here and one here. What I can probably theorize is these cannons will probably be used in the nightmare mode maps. I don't really know if they're going to be towers. I have my doubts. And also what we have right here is we have a giant spaceship up here. This is obviously the GDA spaceship that was used in the beginning part of the trailer, which I am not going to show because you guys probably already seen it 100 times. And apparently you could see Dr. Xenon's spaceship. Yes, right here you can see Dr. Xenon's spaceship. I'm actually going to, there we go, right here. This is Dr. Xenon's space shuttle right here. So here we got the GDA, here we got Dr. Xenon. What I can kind of theorize here is they probably have located her and they're now going to have a big, massive fight against her. I don't know. But, yeah. Again, this is another nightmare mode map. We got a portal, which probably has been set there by Dr. Xenon herself, and she's going to summon zombies through that portal. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the trailer. Here we have another nightmare mode map. And one thing I'd like to point out in this map is called the Cathedral, which has something to do with the Calamity himself. If you don't know who the Calamity is, it's basically one of the bosses in, or maybe the final boss in Endless, I don't know. But one of the things I want to point out is this little object right here. Now, this object is called the Void Heart. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. If I'm not, then please let me know in the comments section. Basically, the Void Heart is kind of a... If you don't know, if you're not affiliated with the Tower Battles event, which if you fight the Void in any one of these Tower Battles maps, you get this Void Heart thingy. And here we have something that is from Tower Battles being directly referenced in a Tower Defense game, or Tower Defense X, and which has been canon for an extremely long time. So, anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the video. There's a cannon right here. Before I just said that, there's a cannon right here, which again might be part of the nightmare mode map. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next frame of the trailer. Here we have another map right here. This is obviously a Calamity map because you can see all of these things about the Calamity. Here we got the Calamity symbol. We got the, I guess, the Calamity. This, I don't know. I think this may or may not be like some sort of way to prove that this might be Dr. Mallory. I don't really know. It's kind of something I just want to point out here, but here this entire map is directly referencing the Calamity himself. So, anyways, let's move on with the rest of the trailer. Here we have something that is very huge. This is basically the GDA's secret weapon called the gun. I don't know if it's actually called the gun. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. But this could be this is for now a map prop, but basically this massive thing is used as a super weapon against Dr. Xenon's army. Now, here we got Forge Industries logo right up here, and I immediately got sidetracked. I'm sorry about that, but this massive thing was leaked a long time ago, and I guess it's being used as a map prop, as I just said before. At first, I thought this would be like one of those towers that would be actually used specifically for this map. Again, what I mean by that is you can't really purchase it. It'll just be there in the map. It'll just be used as a way to obliterate Dr. Xenon's army. So, yeah, that's one thing I kind of want to point out here. So, anyways, let's move on with the trailer. Obviously, this giant mech looks really cool. Here's another glimpse at it. Here's the much better shot of its gun. I'm actually going to rewind here. Look at that. Look at that gun. That is just massive. And presumably, it's even bigger than a Roblox player itself. And it looks like it's surrounding water. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. And here we have a much closer up shot of the giant, oh yes, it is called gun. Okay, so here's a much closer shot of the gun. Right here, GDA, yeah. And here we have, wait for it, and yes, I did put this on slower speed. The War Machine in all of its glory, being I guess summoned or built inside of the spawner tower unit that it's going to be spawned in. And what I can sort of kind of theorize of what the War Machine's weapons might be will probably it's probably gonna have these railguns on top. What I can probably theorize right here is these are probably gonna be rocket pods. I don't know. But basically, if you didn't watch the video, it basically say for the GDA. Looks like it's got machine guns and looks like it's being summoned. And here we go. Here is gameplay footage of one of the maps. This is, I think, the gun map right here. We got War Machine right here. We got medic right here. We got another medic. We got Refractor right here. Refractor is going to be a new tower in the game, and I'm going to be super excited to purchase it. I'm going to be very excited to buy it because, you know, I've been waiting for this tower for a long time, and I wanna purchase it. Now here we have helicopter right here. I think this is bottom path or top path. I don't know, but I think this might be a new skin for helicopter. I don't know. Here we have War Machine in all its glory, and there's another Refractor right there. We got 2 golden juggernauts. We got an avatar. We got some grumbles right here. We got 3 grumbles. We got an X juggernaut. And if I continue going pace by pace, there was a green orb that just hit the ground. I think that green orb, let me go ahead and rewind real quick. I'm going to be rewinding a lot. So, okay, so you see this green orb? I think this green orb is going to be launched by this zombie right here. Because as you can see, he has some sort of cannons that are connected to his back. And it looks like he shoots it on the path. I don't know if he's going to shoot it at our towers. I don't know. We might just have to figure that out real quick. Or figure that out at some point. Here we got some regular juggernauts. Here we got some more cannons. Here we got the gun right here. We got a turret. And we got a tower right here. This isn't going to be... I don't think this is going to be a purchasable tower in the shop. I think this is going to be a tower specifically for a Nightmare Mode map. That will only be in the Nightmare Mode maps. So, anyways, let's go ahead and continue with the trailer. Here we have more X Juggernauts. And here we have another look at the trailer, but I also want to point something out real quick. Here we have Refractor's beam, And I kind of noticed this at first, but it looks like Refractor's beam on, I don't know which path it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be the top path or the bottom path, but it looks like Refractor's beam can target more enemies, or like more enemies than one. It can target more than one enemy, so that's going to be pretty cool. Here we got some new enemies right here. I don't know what this enemy is called. I think it's called the Hunter. I don't really know. Here we got some new flying enemies. We have X-Juggernauts right here. We have, I think those are avatars right here. We got, I think, Revived Monster. And here is what makes this scene so great. Here we have the Alpha Predator right here. And he is in all of his glory right here. Basically, just to kind of give you guys an explanation of Alpha Predator, he's basically Apex but on steroids. That's basically Alpha Predator for you. So, anyways, here again, I've already kind of covered everything. I think those are newly reformed predators. I don't know. Those are some new flying enemies. We got Flame Trooper that just died. Rip. And here we have another thing to talk about. We have Behemoth, a new tower that has been leaked before in TDX, and that hasn't been released in TDX in a very long time. We actually saw Behemoth in the Takeover trailer, along with the new Shield Tower, and Refractor. But those were the only two we got to see. They didn't showcase Machine Gunner. Sorry, I think War Machine. I'm sorry. there's a lot of new machines now. So, anyways, we got War Machine going to work. I think this is a new enemy right here. It appears to be the flying one. We got Medic. We got EDJ, XWM, Red Golden Juggernaut. More scenes of the War Machine basically going to work. What I'd like to point out here is it looks like the War Machine is not on a path. So I can theorize two things here. This map could have more than one path, or the War Machine can kind of just either walk wherever it wants to walk, like it doesn't need to walk on a path. I don't really know. I'm going to have to figure this out once Nightmare Mode comes out. So, yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. War Machine looks pretty good in all its glory. Here we have another scene of War Machine, and here's Armored Fact right here. Here's the tower that I was talking about earlier. I think this tower is specifically going to be for a Nightmare Mode map, which means it won't be purchasable. Here we have War Machine just in all of its glory. So, yeah, what fans have been waiting for. War Machine. What I've been waiting for, technically. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the trailer. I've been doing a little too much talking. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause here. Here we have... I want to talk about a little bit about this enemy right here. So, what I can think about what this enemy could be is this enemy could possibly be the type of enemy that could one-shot your base. I don't really know. I want to say it could one-shot your base. Again, I could also say it couldn't. Here we have some new X-Soldiers. What I like to... I didn't mean it couldn't. I meant this could one-shot your base because, it's obvious. It's got a nuclear symbol. It's obviously going to nuke your base. Anyways, here we got some new look at the X-Soldiers. I don't know if they're actually called X-Soldiers. I think they're called something else. Here is a new flying enemy, which, again, it looks pretty cool, I'd say. I think it's just going to fly and shoot or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to shoot bombs. I don't know if it's going to summon any enemies. I really don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer. Okay, here we have something very important to talk about. Here we have Dr. Xenon's drop pod. And you can tell this is Dr. Xenon's drop pod because you can see the little X on it. Now, what I can theorize is what's going to happen in TDX Nightmare mode is she's going to drop these drop pods from her spaceship, and they're going to summon in enemies. Let's see if I can pause it right as it's opening it. There we go. Yeah, and it's going to summon in either zombies or ex-soldiers. I don't really know. I mean, if this happens, this is probably going to be the most annoying thing ever. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be like Dr. Xenon's drop pod, and it's also going to be kind of like the drop pod that it gives you in Roblox TDX, like the regular GDA drop pod. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be like the regular, I mean, it's not going to be like the regular GDA drop pod. It's going to be like, this is going to be the Dr. Xenon drop pod. Now, I don't really know what it's going to summon. I think it's going to summon resurrected laser gunners, resurrected rail gunners. It could summon ex-soldiers. Who knows? Maybe what could happen is when the first drop pod lands, it's going to summon, like, not very strong units, and when the second drop pod lands, it's going to summon a little bit stronger units, and when the third one drops in, it's going to summon in stronger units. That's one thing I could theorize of what these drop pods could summon. So, yeah. And let's go ahead and continue. Here we got more ex-soldiers and ex-juggernauts. I'm not really going to go into depth. However, I will go back just a little bit because I just saw something in the trailer. I'm just going to go ahead and slowly go back. There's ex-ordinals here too. Here, here you can see the VX drone right here. I think this is a VX drone. Yeah, that's VX drone right there. I can see you tried hiding it in those enemies, so don't think I'm stupid, John. I can see that VX drone perfectly clear right here. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer. Again, we don't have to pause this scene. I think we can see VX drone again in this. I guess not. Oh yeah, we saw it right there. Hold on. I'm gonna point it out so that way. Wait for it. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun obliterating you. Anyways, let's just go ahead and continue. There's another scene right here. Looks like we got ex-juggernauts and ex-soldiers. I don't know if they're called ex-soldiers, these red guys. It looks like they're destroying the golden towers right now, which kind of sucks. So here we got another close behemoth. I don't really know what path this is because it looks like it's white. It used to have a tannish brownish color with yellow and black accents with oh, I don't know, what do you call those things? It kind of looked like strips of yellow and black on it. I think that was either top path or bottom path. Again, I really don't know. Anyways, I don't know if this is part of if this is part of a tower. I kind of want to say it is, and I kind of want to say it's not really part of a tower. I kind of noticed this at first, and I think this may or may not be where the behemoth gets spawned in. Because I don't know if it is. I don't know if it has to do something with War Machine. I don't know. I just noticed this. I may actually even go looking back through the trailer to kind of see if it was actually there. Let's see. No, it wasn't there. So this has to do something with Behemoth or War Machine. I don't know. Here we got AA turret. We got some machine gunners. We also got jet troopers. It's like they... Okay, so once again, I've seen this trailer multiple times. It's like they spam Jet Trooper. I don't know if Jet Trooper is going to be like a bait tower. If it is, that's good. If it's not, then well, so be it. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. We got more ex-juggernauts. We got a VX drone. I'd like to point something out in this map. It looks like the path is a little bit weird. Like, it looks like the zombies are going to go around this building, go this way, go around this statue, go this way, go right here, go over here, and then kind of go, like, right over there. Or they could go straight. It doesn't really look like they're going to go straight because it looks like the path curves. So, anyways, again, I don't know what this could be. This could be, this is obviously a spawner unit. It could be a behemoth spawner unit. It could be war machine. I really don't know. Let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer. I have been talking way too much over in this scene. Okay. And as we go to the next scene, I'm pausing again, and I'm going to be talking about what's going on here. I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. But first off, we got the new shield tower right here. We have what appears to be a war machine. I think war machine right here. I'm not 100% sure. We have combat medic, which is going to be a new tower. What else do we have here? Okay. Right here is really important. It looks like we have a new type of enemy tank. I think this is one of Dr. Xenon's tanks that she has created to fight against the GDA. I could be completely wrong here, but yeah, this is basically Dr. Xenon just decided, you know what, I'm going to build my own tanks to fight against the GDA. And I honestly think this scene is super cool. So yeah, and right here you can obviously the Destructor in all of his glory. I know what you're doing, John. You just put you basically just put Destructor in here. So yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the trailer. Looks like Destructor's destroying a lot of stuff. Here we got a new enemy. I don't know what this could be. I think this could be like it could be like a smasher or a newly typed revived monster. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying it could be a smasher is because its arm has like spikes all over it or something. I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer. Okay, here we have a very important scene that I will get into in just a second. I will be right back. I am going to go do something real quick. Okay, sorry about that small interruption. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on with this trailer. Now, the reason why this scene is going to be so important is because you can see Eradicator Mark II Plus being dropped from the sky. Now, what I can theorize here is that Dr. Xenon is going to be dropping her Eradicator-type robots from her spaceship. Now, if you don't know, Eradicator Mark II Plus is, in my opinion, one of the worst bosses in the entire TDX. This is just in my opinion. I do not like Eradicator Mark II Plus. He's just one of the worst bosses in the entirety of TDX. So, yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer, kind of explaining, but basically what I was going to say was it looks like Dr. Xenon is going to be dropping her Eradicators from her spaceship, so that's not going to be very good, because we're going to have to refight the Eradicator-type robots in Nightmare mode, and if you must know, it is something that I do not want to deal with, like, at all. So, yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the trailer here. And here we have it. the Emperor Eradicator himself, or it could be herself. I don't know. The reason why I'm saying this is because Dr. Xenon may be piloting the Emperor. I mean, it's kind of blatantly obvious because you can see the staff has an X symbol. So, yeah, I mean, Dr. Xenon may be piloting the Emperor Eradicator type robot. So, yeah, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and continue on with the trailer because there's something I kind of want to point out with the Emperor. So as you can see here, the Emperor has this ability to slow down time. Now, basically, it's probably just going to be doing a full-blown Thanos move, basically. Like, if you don't know, Thanos kind of just uses the time stone to reverse time. Basically, the Emperor is probably doing this exact same ability to slow down time for the towers. I mean, it's basically obvious here. Basically, the John Roblox probably just pulled a Thanos here. The worst part is maybe the Emperor has all 6 Infinity Stones. It's just going to snap the army away. That would be the worst part. But we're probably not going to get into that. So anyways, yeah, we can see warships back here. We can see basically a bunch of towers. And it looks like the Emperor is firing some sort of beam right here. I don't really know how to, like, say this. I mean, there's some sort of attack it has. I don't really know. It's gonna probably shoot it at some sort of tower. I don't know. I don't know if it's an AoE or an AOL damage. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to affect all towers or maybe one tower. I don't know. I mean, I can kind of probably theorize it might shoot more than one tower or hit more than one tower. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. I like how the missiles are going in slow motion here. Hold on. Look how slow the missiles are. Which, I kind of want to talk about the missiles real quick. It looks like the missiles could be from a different tower. It could be from XWM. It could be from Warship. I don't know. But, yeah. Here we have another new map. Here we have... Okay, I'm going to pause right here. Here we have another one of Dr. Xenon's tanks. We've got Eradicator Mark Combat, and we also have these new drone-type enemies. I don't really know what they could be. One of my greatest fears is that if you defeat this drone, it's going to drop down this unit, and this unit either is going to sprint to the base or something. So, I don't really know. But, anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Here we got a Eradicator Mark 1 Combat, which I just said before. And here we have the refractors going to work on this Eradicator Mark 1 Combat, which I want to point something out real quick. Eradicator Mark 1 Combat laser beams refractor, and he does it twice. Okay, and refractor, no, look at this here. Refractor survives. I kind of want to think that refractor might be a little bit like too overpowered. Or it could be the shield tower kind of just protecting the refractor. I really have no idea what could happen here. I could think that the refractor could just tank all of this. Again, I could be completely wrong. But, anyways, so, I mean, this could prove my theory that refractor can take a lot of hits. It could basically just withstand a laser blast. So, anyways, I would like to talk about something in this particular scene. Hold on, my playback speed's slow. Yes, it is. So, if you guys, we can see all the new towers here. We can see Shield Tower. We can see Behemoth. We can see War Machine. We can also see, okay, we can see the War Machine spawn units right here. We can see this is where the War Machine is spawned from, and this, I think, confirms where Behemoth is spawned in. Oh, well, not this one, but this one right here. Just like this glimpse. Yeah, this is probably where Behemoth gets spawned out of, or the spawner tower for Behemoth. I kind of want to say it is. So, yeah. But basically we have... Okay, so basically we have this enemy right here, this flying enemy. And loads of people have been kind of talking whether if it's going to drop from, like... It's going to fly, and if it takes too much damage, it's going to drop to the ground and start walking. I kind of really don't know if that's going to actually happen. I mean, it would be kind of funny if it would. I really don't know. And another thing I like to point out is when Behemoth dies, which I know I'm replaying the scene so much. I am so terribly sorry, but I kind of just wanted to point something out here. I think if I can... Well, actually, I think it's right here. But basically, when Behemoth dies, it kind of... The tank, or the portion, the top and the barrel of the tank kind of just flies off. So yeah, hopefully we get some action with these spawner towers getting destroyed here. Okay, now here's something a little bit of an important scene that I kind of also want to talk about. So we have chapter 3 of the Halloween event. And we got War Machine, we got helicopter flying in, we got Zed, which, actually, I may talk about Zed and Commander in a separate video, so stay tuned to that. But I kind of want to talk about this in particular, and what I can think this could be, or what could happen. Again, I don't really know, but when Nightmare Mode comes out, what I can kind of sort of think what the developers might do, again, I'm not completely accurate of what would happen, but basically, you could probably play Nightmare Mode in the Chapter 3 Halloween event. And I'm not talking about the Nightmare Mode of Chapter 3 Halloween. I'm talking about the Nightmare Mode of TDX. So, again... I'm not 100% sure this is certain. I think this is just probably going to be Nightmare Mode of Chapter 3. This is all the spawner towers. Except the Armored Factory. So, yeah. And Behemoth. But, again, what I'm trying to say is, instead of playing Chapter 3 of the Halloween event on Nightmare Mode, you can play the TDX Nightmare Mode on this map. So again, I really don't know. That's just, again, it's just my speculations. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. And here we have a much better look at what the spawner tower for the War Machine is going to be. It looks really, really nice. Once again, the TDX developers did a really fantastic job. So, yeah. And War Machine also looks really nice. Yeah, I like War Machine. I mean, this part looks kind of, what? But this part looks kind of cool, honestly. Again, it's my opinion. So, anyways, let's continue on. Okay, here we have some big lore to talk about. Let me take a sip of water real quick. All right. So, this particular enemy, loads of YouTubers or fans or a lot of content creators are talking about what this could be. I think it's blatantly obvious. This is definitely Dr. Mallory. If you don't know, Dr. Mallory was sacrificed by Dr. Xenon, apparently for, I guess, power for the crystals. This is just blatantly obvious. This is Dr. Mallory just going into the fight. This might be the friendly boss, which, again, might be confusing. This might be the friendly boss, but it also might not be the friendly boss because we fought the Calamity in Endless and we beat him. So this could be Dr. Mallory getting her revenge for the Calamity or getting her revenge against Dr. Xenon. or Dr. Mallory could be helping the GDA in taking down Dr. Xenon. Now, I kind of want to say Dr. Mallory is going to help the GDA to take out Dr. Xenon. This is just again a theory. This is just a speculation. This isn't like pure gospel of the TDX lore. I really don't know. So yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. I think we're almost done with the trailer. And here we have Alpha Predator in all of his glory. I think this scene is absolutely hilarious. He's just... he could just chuck a bomb at any tower. I don't really know if this actually one-shots your tower. I kind of want to say it is. But anyways. And that is basically the end of the TDX Nightmare Mode trailer. And if you want to know when it comes out, which, hold on, I'm actually going to go ahead. It comes out on October, I'm not 100% sure, but we have, hold on, let's see. August, September, October. Yeah, it comes out on October 11th, 2025, or it could be October 18th. I don't really know. Again, it's just pure speculation. But, yeah, but this is the Nightmare Mode trailer. I am obviously going to be making a video on this. I'm going to probably make a very long video of Nightmare Mode. I'm actually going to I'm probably going to make it on separate parts, kind of to just, like, showcase it off. I don't know if I'm going to showcase any commentary. This is probably going to be one of the only videos that I have commentary on this channel. But there we go, you guys. This is a full analyzation of Tower Defense X Nightmare Mode trailer. And I hope you guys enjoyed my goodness. Again, I've been talking so much that my voice is literally just yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to press a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any other theories or any other like explanations, please let me know in the comments, including what this could be or anything basically. So yeah, that was the entire trailer. Hope you guys enjoyed this entire trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and play it one last time for you guys, just as a little bit of an outro. So, take care, everyone. Hope you guys are having a fan-freaking-tastic day, and I will see you all when Nightmare Mode comes out. Peace.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Status report. Where is her ship?
No sign, sir.
She may be using stealth tech, sir.
Second half.